way towards victory.
You know, your trainer has mentioned this being your Hall of Fame fight. You win this, and it's stamped, and you're there. What else would this mean to you to get your hand raised? Like you said, you've envisioned it and walked through.
Well, I think to me, it would truly show that, because I won't say it's a bitter taste in my mouth as far as Golovkin fight, but, you know, to me, it would let the fans know that, you know, if you thought I won, if you don't, then that would clear it all. I am the best middleweight in the world, because I've always campaigned and said I'm the best middleweight. But I've always also been vocal about them taking the fight from me. So with a victory over Canelo, I think not only does it kind of erase or, you know, put a new idea in fans' mind that, you know, well, maybe this kid is the best, you know. He's proven himself against a guy who actually beat Triple G. So, and then I can give Triple G the rematch and then finally prove to the world that I'm better than he is.
You know, throughout this media tour, you've kind of relished in being the underdog role. Has that felt good? I remember in the New York City stop, you really, you know, you loved it. You loved every second of being the quote-unquote underdog. Does that feel like a welcome role for you?
You know what it is? It's just, I just love energy. And regardless to if the fans are rooting for Canelo, I kind of just, or if they're booing me, you know, I take it and I use it as fuel. So, yeah, I mean, I've definitely embraced the under. Thank you, Scooter. Yeah. Hey, Scooter, come here. You wanna? Everybody, this is Scooter. He's gonna make sure that he gets some
You're the best. You're the best. So love you.
I don't need this right now, Scooter. I don't need that right now.
Well,
Yeah, no, I'm good. But well, I'm sorry.
You're saying the energy of the underdog role you really appreciated from the fans.
Yeah. So no, the energy that the fans bring, whether it's rooting for me or rooting for Canelo or even booing me, I take it and I use it as fuel. Because I just like for people to be chanting. I like for people to be roaring. I like for the house to be just, you know, through the roof. That fuels me. So whether or not the energy is for me, I'm going to use it as my fuel.
You know, last thing is, you mentioned that, you know, beating Canelo on May 4th will kind of wipe away the Triple G controversial win, right? So if that happens and you have your hand raised, would you still like to get Triple G back?
Oh, 100%, 100%. But it's just absurd that
you can't look past.
No. I mean, I never look past any fighter. But I was gonna say it's absurd how Golovkin and his team was always saying how people were so fearful of facing them and that they were in it for the love of the sport and that they wanted to fight the best. Mm-hmm. Now, me getting a victory over Canelo. You would think that they would want a rematch, but you know, we heard it out of their own mouths that they still wouldn't want the rematch if I was to beat Canelo. They still would want to face Canelo. So in that aspect, we also see that boxing is a business and that they're looking for the biggest paydays that they can possibly get, because I would have proven that I am the best. And I have all the belts at that particular time when it happens. And for him to still look in another direction just shows you exactly the impression that I left on him that night we fought.
Do you take that as a slight or a compliment? It could be.
Oh, it's a compliment. Oh, for sure. It's a compliment. Because I've always known in the back of my mind that Triple G know he lost that fight. I could see it in his eyes when they gave him the decision. And he hasn't really been vocal ever about giving me the rematch. You know, it's always just been small talk or wiping it under the rug. So for me, I just want to make sure that I not only fight Golovkin again and prove the naysayers wrong, but prove to him that he knows that I'm the best fighter and I'm better than he is.